It's my pleasure to introduce Mark McElwain, who is VP of Account Services at KBS&P. Mark leads their wellness division, which develops advertising interactive programs for pharma and other healthcare clients. He served as a commissioner and CEO of PAB and holds, very impressively, not only designations at the federal and Ontario government, but also dual master's degrees from institutions of higher learning. He'll be speaking to us on the effective use of mission statements in healthcare. Chers amis, j'ai le plaisir de vous présenter Mark McElwain.
Thanks, Dr. Kadri. I'm going to be speaking about the flip charts, the hotel danishes, and struggling with the third draft of mission statements. These are bonding experiences we faced regardless of where we work or even where we spend our volunteer time. And for this interlude, Mitch has asked for a short workshop that looks at some of the highs and lows that organizations have reached in their search for the perfect mission statement. Think of it as some learning from other people's mistakes. Now, let's start with what we can learn from this example posted on a corporate website. Do we have some guesses as to what this company is, and no looking ahead on the slides? In an era of faceless organizations owned by other equally faceless organizations, this company harks back to an earlier era in the financial world. The owner's name is on the door. Clients know that this company has a personal interest in maintaining the unblemished record of value, fair dealing, and high ethical standards that has always been this firm's hallmark. So guesses as to the company? Goldman Sachs? Good guess, but it's worse. It's Bernard Madoff. I found this as it was in 2007 from Madoff's website, using what's called the Wayback Machine. Now, to be fair, this isn't exactly a mission statement, although it does set out a differentiating feature that might have been in one. Perhaps we would all have been better off if Madoff had sat down with his employees and hashed out a mission statement in a transparent way and held people accountable to it, including the guy who used to have his name on the door. Now, here's a much more successful example: to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. You know where this is from? Google, right? And that's a remarkably simple statement for their business. It gives us in those flip chart sessions something to aim for. Now, some of you could ask, if that's really Google's mission statement, why they would spend $12 billion a few months ago to buy Motorola Mobility. And maybe their mission statement will change someday as they move for world domination, but the best mission statements are not laundry lists. In fact, mission statements are more effective when they're short and succinct, when they're inspirational. After all, these are goals to motivate employees and attract customers. We don't have to PAB our mission statements, thankfully. Yet. That's in the new code changes. They have to be relevant, meaningful to your key audience. They have to be clear in a language that doesn't have to be decoded. These are pretty straightforward, but I think it's the relevant part that can be missed frequently. So let's look at an example that doesn't quite meet that goal. Providing solutions in real time to meet our customers' needs. What customers? Can we narrow that down a bit? Well, let's pull out our touchpads and try to figure out who belongs to this mission statement. Is it Alarm Force, Oracle, the software giant, Halliburton, the contracting company, or TransCanada Pipe? Could we go? Okay. Well, you think it's Oracle. It's actually Halliburton. But I guess the point is, you know, it could be anybody. And at Halliburton, you know, even if you want to outsource your war, they'll answer the call quickly. But apparently the core of Halliburton's business, I looked it up, is energy services and drilling. None of that comes through in their mission statement. Now, not many of us know this company very well. We shouldn't really condemn it. But its mission statement is pitched at such a general level, it doesn't give direction about the company's goals or principles, or who their customers are or could be. In fact, it's not uncommon for these processes to have their deepest struggles with the question of identifying the target audience. For most businesses, it's just a simple question of current or future customers. For most of us in this room, there are more complicated questions involved. We've got the whole patient-prescriber quandary. And there are stakeholders such as payers and the groups who influence their decisions. Then there are the shareholders of the company, the investors. Now, I'm not too sure that mission statements that focus on obtaining outstanding returns to shareholders are really that successful. I doubt that statements like that motivate employees or inspire current or future customers. The reverse, in fact. After all, how many shareholders, investors, make their decisions by reading a company's mission statement? You talk to investors through the language they understand, via the bottom line, by meeting the forecast, through the share price. Google has happy shareholders, but a great mission statement like Google's reminds us that the way they stay grateful is through the super financial results and not through a token mention in the mission statement. Now, nonprofits are a bit of a special challenge because they don't have the invisible hand of the bottom line discipline guiding the organization. Some of us have worked through these mission statement processes for trade associations or charitable organizations, and the process for nonprofits can be tougher, not by coincidence, as the purpose of these organizations can shift. Sometimes they really do need to be clarified. As a result, the nonprofits can really serve to gain the most by distilling a great mission statement. But they often do fall short. Let's read this one for a nonprofit. Lifeline's mission is to enhance the positive quality of the individual, family, and community life by providing services that are consistently available, accessible, and responsive to the needs of individuals, families, and groups seeking assistance, blah, blah, blah. Is it short? Is it inspirational? Is it relevant? Is it clear? Well, it belongs to an organization near San Diego. I don't think it's really necessary to point to organizations too close to home, but we've seen this trend, especially in the nonprofit sector. So, to make up some time here in winding this up, I think over the past few years we're seeing more organizations with mission statements or visions that do a decent job of capturing their essence. But there are still those organizations missing the boat, missing the opportunity to improve job satisfaction and pride in the organization, missing the opportunity to clarify company values and help provide staff with a context for decision and a yardstick to measure performance. There can be a real difference in performance between a company with a clear mission and vision and one that doesn't really know what it's about. So struggling to get the vision and mission right, it just might be worth the Hotel Danish and the days without daylight. Thanks very much.